I have some hopefully encouraging words for many of you today who are open to it. And I'm just waiting for somebody, one of my friends maybe, to come on and just let me know if the connection here is okay. And I don't know, whoever's watching, can you hear me and see me okay? I'm technology is not one of my fortes. It's not one of my big strong points, but I'm learning and I'm working on it. And I graduated from a little flower vase to hold my phone to a little $10 phone holder. So I'm getting there. Um, but I want to come on and just share a message with you today because I know that these times that we're living in right now have been difficult on all of us, I dare say, in so many different ways. And, even prior to that, things were really difficult on us, but this has certainly exacerbated that and made things even more difficult. And I know that many of us are feeling that our health and our well-being is suffering. And so I want to bring some knowledge your way that hopefully will encourage you to let go of some of that guilt and shame that you may be feeling or experiencing. And so this is the first of 5 videos that I'm going to do because I want to encompass all aspects or the main aspects of being a human being, which is physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, and my favorite, spiritually. So, and I want you to stay, if you want, stay tuned till the end because I'm going to offer a tip for you of something that you can do that is so simple that is going to benefit your health tremendously, and it takes 30 seconds to do every day. So I'll be sharing that with you more about that towards the end. So a lot of us, as I said, we're feeling, just worse, and a lot of people are talking about how much weight they've gained, like the COVID-19 pounds, and so even though boredom may be a player in that, a lot of it has to do with our brain chemistry. Okay, so we're not getting the things that we normally receive, like human connection and just a hug from somebody, which really boosts our brain chemicals. And so when we don't have those brain chemicals at an optimal level and they become imbalanced, well, our bodies naturally look for other ways to boost those brain chemicals. So you may find yourself snacking more or eating more sugary foods, and it's not just because you're making bad choices, and it's not just because you're bored. It's because your body is and your brain is saying, help me here. I need something else to feel better. And of course, we know that up and down roller coaster of, yeah, we eat that chocolate treat or sugary treat or whatever it is, and we feel better for a little bit, and then we feel even worse after. So the best way to feel better again is to get that sugar again, or whatever it is that your body is saying, this is what I need. And so our gut, which you may have heard, is considered our second brain. Okay, and as we know, our brain um, our brain enables our body function, tells our body what to do. It's involuntary. We don't have to think about it. Our brain just tells our body what to do. But our brain gets its nourishment from what we ingest and from our gut. So when our gut is not healthy, even our brain suffers. And so all aspects of our wellness suffer. Uh, so things like uh, addictions, alcohol addictions, drug addictions, and food addictions come from these imbalanced brain chemicals and our bodies needing to boost or elevate and balance those. And so many of us, we're just don't know what we don't know. And we're not aware that there are biological and chemical reasons that these things are taking place, and the reasons, that our bodies are craving these particular things and needing these particular things. So that's what I want you to realize, that it's not your fault. It's not just because you're weak or because you lack willpower. It's because your body is saying, I need this. And sometimes we don't know the proper source to get our body what it needs. So we just go with what we know, right? We know that chocolate cake is going to make our brain chemicals happy and make us feel better. But what I want you to be aware of and have the empowering knowledge of when it comes to your nutrition is if your gut is out of whack and imbalanced, and this can be caused by a number of factors that are not your fault as well. So that can happen from medications, from stress, hormones like birth control pills, pesticides that we eat in our food, other chemicals and additives. There are many factors that can affect the ecosystem of our gut. And for every cell in our body, there are hundreds of microbes in our gut. For every cell in our body. Okay, there's a whole vast ecosystem going on down there. I know it's kind of yucky to think about, but there is, and that gets way out of whack and imbalanced. And so then what happens is, even when we're eating nutritious foods, our stomach and our digestive system no longer has the ability to properly break down and digest those foods and get those nutrients to our bloodstream. Therefore, it doesn't get to our brain. Okay? So, again, there are biological and chemical reasons why these things happen. So, going back to cravings and addictions, for instance, I'll just give you a little more knowledge and an example. So, if your gut is out of whack and inflamed, you may not be absorbing B vitamins from your food, and the amino acids in proteins are what feed our brain chemicals. Okay, so if you're not getting adequate B vitamins from your food because your stomach is not equipped to digest it and absorb it properly, then you're not getting those chemicals to your brain. So in turn, you're having these cravings and addictions, and it's your body's way of saying, hey, I need this. And so for everybody, it's different. And you may have heard the slogan like drug of choice or whatever, and it's because your body has found that, hey, that substance right there is what elevates this up here in my brain that I need, that my body says I need. And the reason why these cravings and these addictions become so overpowering is because our bodies now, our brains now see that substance as a means of survival and as a means of feeling well. So, on the if you know someone who you think they're just being weak and overindulging, or they're just that they have they can't overcome this addiction or whatever because they don't love you enough. It has nothing to do with love. It's their body has recognized that as a means of survival. But what I want you to be aware of is that you can nutritionally address that, and you can help get your body back into balance, and start giving your body what it needs in a healthy way. And so I want you all to be aware of that because, as I said in the beginning of the video, I think so many of us are starting to feel more and more and more down, and not realizing that a lot of it is based on our nutrition. And right now, if you're not working, that's a lot of stress, right? You don't have the income coming in, so your gut's inflamed and it's not doing what it's supposed to do because you're having this stress response. Okay, so I just want you to understand how this all, every cell of our body works together, and every aspect of being human is intimately interconnected. So our physical health is also connected to our intellectual, emotional, social, and spiritual health, right? And that's what I want to encourage you guys to be aware of as I go through this little series, so that you can let go of some of that guilt and that shame. And so you may want to share this video with someone you think it might benefit, or you might want to share it with a spouse or a friend to say, hey, look, it's not just because I'm weak, or it's not just because I don't have willpower. There are chemical and biological reasons why these things are happening. Why I have diabetes, or why I have an autoimmune condition. And I wish that I had the time to go into all of that, but I don't on these short videos. But that's why I'm developing this course for women. Sorry, no boys allowed. But I'm developing this course for women so we can go deeper into that and understand how to heal ourselves, because our bodies are miraculous, right? Especially women, like, we can grow humans. Our bodies are miraculous, and they have such an incredible ability to heal when provided with the right and proper resources to do so. Okay, so there is hope. No matter how you're feeling, there is hope. And I just wanna leave you with this before I share about my tip. I want you to remember that judgment from other people comes from a place of fear. Okay, so whenever you're feeling judged by someone else, or someone else says something that is judgmental towards you, I just want you to remember that it comes from a place of fear on the other person's behalf. And it may be something personal, their own personal fear, like, and we've all heard this, if I put my mind on what's going on with somebody else, I don't have to deal with my own stuff. I'm kind of afraid to deal with that, and it might come from a place of love in combination with fear. Okay, so it might come from a person who really loves and cares about you, but there's this fear because they don't want your health to keep failing, or for you to keep feeling bad. But they might not know the proper words to say or the proper way to get that point across. So I want you to develop that healthy relationship with yourself. And I know it's extremely difficult sometimes, but just remember that when judgments are being placed on you, they're coming from a place of fear. And I hope that helps it at least hurt less. And we'll talk more about that as we go, and as I do these videos, to encourage you to in different aspects of your life, to let go of some guilt and shame and give yourself some credit. And I saw this little post recently, and it said something to the effect of, so far I've made it, so far my success rate of making it through tough days is 100%, right? So you've made it through some really tough stuff. So give yourself a break. And, if you're here and you're watching this, you keep making it through, and you keep, holding on to faith and hope. And so pat yourself on the back for that. And the tip about your physical health, this might open up a conversation, because sometimes when I mention this to people, they do have questions about it. But it's something that you can do in 30 seconds a day that will have a very positive impact on many aspects of your physical health, such as encouraging your body to shed extra weight, stabilizing your blood sugar, lowering your cholesterol, ridding of toxins. So if you want to know a little bit more about that tip, just comment below, like send me the tip or whatever you want to say, and I'll reach out to you and let you know what that is. And that way, if you have any questions about it, you can just let me know. So again, share this with anybody that you think may need it, and I'll be back again soon. Next time, I am going to talk about the intellectual aspect of our human being, of our well-being, and how to let go of some guilt and shame there, and maybe give you a slightly different perspective that might work for you. So thanks for coming on and watching, and I just want to say hi to all of you. I try to keep myself on point instead of being distracted, but thanks so much for coming on, and love yourself, love each other, and let go of some of that guilt and shame. And I'll see you soon. Loves and hugs. Bye-bye.